All right, you awesome sixth graders, we are back. Now we are on example 3 in section 2.2. I'm going to make this a little bigger. So it says a piece of wood is 3 feet long, and how many 3/4 foot pieces can you cut from the piece of wood? So this is division. So this is method 1. I don't like method 1 because you can't always draw a diagram, but if you draw a piece of wood and cut it into 1/4 foot sections and then count them out, then you can find the answer. But that's not always going to work. So method number 2 is what I'm going to talk about here. Divide 3 by 3/4 to find the number of 3/4 foot pieces. That's a tongue twister. So what we need to do first is multiply by the reciprocal of 3/4, remember, which is 4/3. So flip it over. Don't divide, flip and multiply. So that's what's happening here. Now, 3/4, 3 times 4 over 3, they're dividing out the common factor of 3. So it's basically like reducing a fraction before you multiply, which makes it easier in the end. So 3 and 3 are both divisible by 3, so we cross them out and we put a 1. And then we multiply 1 times 4. Now, if you would not have reduced, it would be 3 times 4, which is 12 over 3, which is the same as 4. So sometimes it's easier to divide out the common factors before we do that. So you can get 4 pieces out of that wood. So here's another one that's division. A length of rope is 6 meters long. How many 3/5 meter pieces can be cut from the length of rope? So again, we're dividing 6 divided by 3/5. So we're not going to divide, we're actually going to flip and multiply. And remember, 6 is 6 over 1 as a fraction. So why don't you try that, pause it, and come on back. All right, now that you're back, here's the video tutorial. She's going to show you how to make a drawing. You can use that if you want or not.
To solve this problem, we will use 2 methods. In method 1, we will use a diagram. Mark each meter on the diagram. Divide each meter into 1/5 meter sections. Now, count the number of 3/5 meter pieces. There are 1, 2, 3.
I just think this is more confusing, but
4,
if it's good for you, go for
5,
it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, there are 10 3/5 meter pieces that can be cut from the length of rope. Now let's try a second method. In method 2, we will solve the problem 6 divided by 3/5 to find how many pieces can be cut from the length of rope. This problem is basically answering the question, how many 3/5 meter pieces are in 6 meters? To divide a whole number by a fraction, you need to multiply by the reciprocal. Keep the 6 and multiply by the reciprocal of 3/5, which is 5/3. To multiply a whole number by a fraction, you need to write the whole number as a fraction, 6 over 1. To multiply 2 fractions together, you multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. Before multiplying, divide out any common factors. This problem has a common factor of 3.
Yep.
Now we can multiply. 2 times 5 is 10, and 1 times 1 is 1. 10 over 1 is equivalent to the whole number 10. So, there are 10 3/5 meter pieces that can be cut from the length of.
And you might have done 6 times 5, which is 30, over 3 times 1, which is 3. And 30 over 3 is the same, because when you do 30 divided by 3, it does equal 10. So either way is fine. So we're going to do some on your owns here. You're going to divide, write the answer in simplest form. We are doing 5, 6, 7, and 8, not number 9. So instead of dividing, we're going to flip and multiply. Flip and multiply, flip and multiply, flip and multiply. And remember, don't flip the first number, you flip the second number. Okay? So go ahead and pause your video and try those out. 1, 2, 3, pause. All right, now we're back. If you can answer number 9, how many 1/2 foot pieces can you cut out of a 7 foot piece of wood? And show me your work. You can earn a ticket for that too. So show me your work for number 9, 5 through 9, and then send me, and I'll send you a ticket. But here are your answers: 6/7, 4, 1/2, 1 1/3, 14. If you're not sure how we got any of those, check my notes. I solved 5 through 8 in my notes. Okay. All right. Keep up the good work. See you later.